Hey folks, welcome to another daily reading. I've got the Light Seers Tarot right here, and I have laid your cards out in a Celtic cross formation. Your first card, or your central theme, is the Lovers. And this talks to me about people who are in a romantic partnership, and we'll get into the details about it. I noticed that the Ace of Swords is pointing towards the future in my particular spread. And let me talk about the surrounding cards, because I feel like this is a stubborn mindset that the people, please take this as it resonates, okay? But I wonder if there isn't a stubborn mindset about being in this particular relationship. I wonder if you've been warned about being in partnership with this particular individual and you've chosen to ignore the warnings and go forward anyway. And I'll talk to you more about why I think that's the case. Because in your past, you've got the Knight of Wands. I genuinely feel like one of the people in this romantic partnership has put out their own fire, doused it, and isn't exploring new ways of doing things. With the Page of Wands, that's getting the news that it's time to start exploring new things, but the Knight actually does the work of exploring new stuff. You're not willing to do new things, to try new things in order to break yourself free of this pattern of possibly an abusive relationship. Again, please take that as it resonates. That's in your past. I see you as someone who doused out your own fire so that you could be in this relationship. And I, once again, see you as possibly being stubborn or refusing to see the truth in a situation, because in your future you have the Knight of Pentacles. And that's about things slowing down to a total halt. Now, this is interesting. I might be speaking to a heterosexual couple here, or a couple in a heterosexual relationship. It starts out with the woman shutting things down, and then later on, the man shuts down things either for himself or for his partner, I should say. But either way, stuff comes to a grinding halt and little to no progress gets made, or any progress that is made isn't of good quality and needs to be thrown out. So there's something to do, and it doesn't have to mean like money, for instance, but it does have something connected to financial resources, yes, possibly, but also to any material comforts that we need in order to make our physical bodies happy. There's something that's going to stop here. Possibly for some rare people, that might be stopping exercise. I don't know why that came to mind, but it did. So stopping exercise, for instance, that's a slow and steady thing if you want to get strong, the natural way. I can see things grinding to a halt, but in general, things aren't going to be physically comfortable in this mindset in the future, or there's definitely this lack of exploration into what you can do to make yourselves more materially stable. And I note that on either side of the Lovers, you've got Knights. That to me is more of a teenagerish mindset. I'm not saying that anyone that I'm speaking to in this reading is that kind of mindset. Has that kind of mindset is what I should say. But when it comes to relationships, there's something about y'all being together that triggers behavior that might skew on the younger side of behavior, okay? Please don't take that as an insult. It's not meant to be that way, but you do need to know the truth about the situation. Consciously, you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Things are slowing down. It's bad timing, bad luck. You can sort of see how troubles may come in threes with this particular card. Like the car breaks down, the TV breaks down, the dishwasher breaks down. Stuff comes in threes. Inconveniences start to come into threes. This points to me of a relationship that is not blessed by the universe, because the wheel is in reverse and is pointing down to the Lovers. This is not a relationship that you should be in, as difficult as that may be to hear. In a subconscious position, you're turning back around to a place where you know you shouldn't go. This might have been somebody that you've broken up with in the past, because this is about making a pretty heavy emotional investment and then walking away from it. In reverse, that's about turning back around and going for the cups that you've left behind. So this might be you trying to get back into a relationship again. And I wonder with the Knight of Pentacles in your future, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse in your future, if that just doesn't mean that you do the same things again that broke the two of you up to begin with. In your advice card, you have the Four of Cups in reverse. You were gifted an emotional opportunity to get away from this particular relationship in the past. And now that you've come back into it, it's going to repeat cycles from the past that have no business being repeated. The advice card asks you to take another opportunity. It's not necessarily being offered now, but it will be in the future. You need to see how dire, how bad your situation can get first before you're ready to see another opportunity like this. But when it comes, watch out for it and take the opportunity so that you can be in this energy. Moving forward slowly, again, possibly with exercise, but generally speaking, with the things that make us materially comfortable. That's in your advice. You need to take the opportunities offered from the universe, even if that means being wrong in front of friends and family, even if that means admitting to yourself that you are stubborn about this particular relationship and how badly you wanted things to work out. I can see in the past, this might have been a rough breakup for you in the past, and it might feel good for right now to be together with this person. But rest assured, the universe does not want you together with this person. In your environment card, you've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Even though you folks are together, I don't sense that your partner is one to pitch in and help around the house or around the business. I kind of get the feeling that this particular person may be much more interested in laying around the house, watching TV, playing video games, eating, and then going to bed. Not necessarily in that order, and not necessarily those things, but they're not willing to do labor that isn't traditionally socially assigned to their gender, if you know what I mean. Okay? In your hopes and your fears, you're afraid that this relationship is just as shallow as you're afraid that it is. Again, in the conscious position, you have the Wheel of Fortune. It tells me that consciously you know this isn't a good thing that you should be doing, that you know that there's going to be troubles up ahead because you're together with this person. This talks to me about the relationship being emotionally shallow, and that's something that you're afraid of. I also wonder if you're not afraid of losing too much of yourself to this new cycle of an old relationship. Because in reverse, water just kind of goes all over the place and goes wherever the boundary is and doesn't necessarily become a powerful force of its own. Think of a creek that just kind of goes where the culvert is versus a massive crashing ocean wave that can actually kill people if people are in the way. You can be powerful. And I see that there is that potential for you to be powerful when it comes to your emotions. You don't let them overwhelm you, but you don't shut them down either. You feel them out, but also your heart isn't just available to anyone who smiles your way and treats you nice for a minute just to get into your pants. And I don't mean to be rough or crude, but that is exactly what Spirit just told me. Okay, the sex might be good in your relationship, And that might be kind of all that's going for it right now. And I wonder if you're not ignoring it. Again, out of that Ace of Swords stubbornness. If I'm speaking to someone who has a little bit of air energy in their birth chart, listen, I understand. I've got a whole lot of air energy in my chart. Sometimes it's just more fun being stubborn, but this isn't one of those cases. The universe is not blessing this particular relationship. You need to know that. You deserve to know the truth. In your outcome, you have the King of Cups in reverse, and I'm getting the feeling that this is him. It's interesting that you and him, take it as it resonates, there is no gender in tarot. I'm getting the feeling that you and your partner are just, again, enabling each other's bad behaviors. I wonder if you're not giving control over to your partner that does not need to be handed over. And I'm unfortunately getting that he isn't emotionally mature as he could be. There is room for improvement here. If y'all would need to break up first, he needs to choose this for himself. And I doubt, is what Spirit is saying, I doubt that he'll do it as long as he's in connection with you, because this relationship is just as toxic for him as it is for you. Spirit is saying that you folks need to break up, that this isn't the proper relationship for either of you, and that it never was. You'll grow into different people and you'll become attracted to different people. And that's all there is to it. I don't typically give such rough readings, but I'll say this again. You deserve the truth, because we all deserve to work towards our best and highest selves, even when it's difficult. Take care of yourselves, please.